Hey everybody, so I'm back and continuing on with Saturn. So since Saturn is rules Capricorn, that means that it's in its detriment in Cancer. And it's not that Cancer energy isn't familiar, with like hard work and stuff like that. We get that, feeling aspect coming back into it. And, Saturn is very like no nonsense. Like Saturn doesn't care about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So Saturn and Capricorn can be a real like downer on a mood and things of that nature. And Capricorn and Cancer is kind of like that access when it comes to like, especially if you're a woman, when it comes to being a mother. So you may have issues with your womb if your Saturn is in Cancer, and you also may have issues with your womb if your moon is in Capricorn, like having children, breast milk, giving birth, things of that nature can be a bit of a struggle for you and things like that. So, Saturn is actually exalted in Libra, and this is because Libra represents, partnerships and relationships and things of that nature. And Saturn is about like longevity. It's about long lasting. So if you have Saturn in like good aspect to like relationship type planets like Venus, for instance, then that can mean like a long lasting relationship, or even like Sun, like trine Sun, Saturn trine Sun or something along those lines could be good for, a long-term marriage and lasting relationships. So that's why Saturn is pretty good in Libra. But again, you've got to take this stuff with a grain of salt, especially with Saturn, because Saturn is still a motherfucker regardless of what sign it's in. I don't care if it's ruling or exalted, because it's all about teaching lessons. It's all about karma and repaying karmic debt. So whatever that sign represents, you got to think about what that karmic debt is you need to pay. For that. So if it's in Libra, then that may have to deal with relationships. If it's in Cancer, then that may have to deal with home and family and being a mother. If it's in Capricorn, then that may have to deal with family also, and your legacy and your work and your business and things of that nature, lessons that need to be learned through that. So understand that. So since it's exalted in Libra, then that means that it's in its fall in Aries. And since Aries energy is such a go-getter and like such a doer and everything like that, it's not really conducive to understanding responsibility, because Aries can be kind of spontaneous, kind of reckless and things of that nature. So that's where Saturn and Aries kind of comes to a head. So moving right along, and we're getting further away from the sun, so we're going to Uranus. So Uranus, I forgot to mention that Saturn also rules two planets as well. Saturn also rules Aquarius. It's traditional ruler of Aquarius. And when you talk about like kind of that coldness and that aspect of cold and that the willpower and things of that nature, that's very akin to Aquarius. But there may be hard lessons that you need to learn with respect to friendships and like organizations that you may be involved with. That may be where you need to learn your karmic lessons. And it is in its fall in also in detriment in Leo, because Leo is the opposite sign of Aquarius. So Saturn in Leo will promote hard lessons with, respect to children. If you're a woman, with respect to men, maybe even with respect to your father, because Saturn also represents the father, and things like that. So now officially moving on to Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius. And it's very fittingly so, because Uranus is about progression. It's about innovation. It's about I'm trying to think of the words. It's about the unconventional, unpredictability. It rules the internet. It rules social media. Like how Mercury rules the media, Aquarius and Uranus, it rules social media. So it's all about the masses and the internet and everything like that. So it's very, it's very vibrant and in that, but it can be very erratic. So right now, we have Uranus and Taurus. So people's, money situation can kind of be erratic and stuff like that. Or you could be trying to find a new way to make money. So Uranus is all about finding new and innovative ways to do that. And that's why it's so fitting being in Aquarius. Now, I'm not going to talk about the exaltations of these last 3 outer planets because, we're getting farther away from the sun and less people may be affected by that. But I am going to discuss where it is in detriment. And once again, that would be Leo since it rules Aquarius. And it's just in reference to the innovation part because Leos are very, it's all about me and everything like that. So it's not to say that Leos aren't creative because obviously they are. That's a big component of being a Leo. But it's about really having that, innovative energy and being able to think outside of the box. So that's Uranus ruling Aquarius.